Good morning and happy Monday. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Chump Change. This is live and recorded. For anybody that might be new here, what we typically do is go over crypto news in the space, update myself, bring you guys along for the ride. Today's not going to be much news. Literally, nobody's talking about anything. So we're going to watch a few videos, kind of go over a couple price predictions, and yeah, let's go from there and see who's in the chat, and then we'll go from there. Steven Cicero, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Alien Black, we got Nismo Miner, Burrito Money, dude. I love that name. Who is that? Somebody changed their name. There's no way. There's no way someone changed the name to Burrito Money. That's great. I absolutely love it. Let's see. Peepaw Bill, what's up, man? We have Black Hat Team. Vinny, good to see you, man. Dom G, let's see. Max Voltage, perfect. Good to see you, buddy. Now, if Tangent would get on the ball and add Radiant and Dynex, you know what? Interesting you say that. Dynex I did ask about when I was on a call with the Tangent guy. They cannot add that to the wallet without doing a firmware update, so it's unlikely that it's going to come to Tangent. That's just my opinion, because they cannot firmware update the wallets. There's no way to plug them in, so it's either going to be a new version where the wallet itself will get a firmware update, and then everything, you know, the ones that we already have aren't going to work and the new ones will, or whatever. But we can talk about that later. Let's get into this. Everybody else I may have missed, I apologize. Over here, looking like Bitcoin at 62,634 bucks. We got Ethereum just under 3K at 2963. Solana's looking like 145 bucks. Pretty decent buy. Caspa is really down today, actually. Look at that, back in the falling in their falling wedge, right, which is typically bullish. Got about 11 cents, almost 12 cents. Let's see, LTC 81 bucks. Let's see, we have ADA is at 44 cents, XRP at 50 cents, ETC at 26 bucks. Everything is like really just blah, either sideways or down, and people are just miserable all around. Noticed it in my YouTube comments as well. It's kind of funny. All right, let's move on to crypto bubbles. See what the biggest earner or loser is of the day. What do we got? Pendle looks to be the biggest loser, 8.5% down on the day, $3.95. Let's see, is my chat thing not working? Weird. 1 second, let me figure out why. There we go. That was odd. Anyways, all right, yeah, Pendle $3.95. We got Immutable over here, IMX down 6.3% to $2.11. we got FTM, which is Phantom, to 67 cents, down 6.7. BitTensor down 3.5% to 361 bucks. Is this a good buy? Ranked 47th. BitTensor might be a good buy right now. It was over $400 if I'm not mistaken last week. Interesting. Maybe I'll look into that. Caspa down 5.5%. I'm gonna have to DCA into some today. Actually, it's not a bad deal. Man, I really was hoping it was gonna pop off, but guys, listen. KRC20 tokens are coming beginning of next month, so sell in May and go away is really the sentiment always. So who knows? Look into it. It says fully electric. What, BitTensor? I should look into it a little bit more. I watched a nice video on it though. Actually, we played it with the it was Caspa and BitTensor. The guy, what the hell is his name? Siam Kid, I think is his name, if I'm not mistaken. His video was pretty decent, but I do need to do some more research on Teo. It's one of your favorite projects, that's Crypto Craig. Nice. All right, yeah, I'll look into it a little bit more. Let's see, what's Arweave right here, $38.83. It is down 7.7%. Yeah, nothing else really jumping out at me. Toncoin's up 3.6. That might be good for us miners. All right, flashbang. Let's see, Fear and Greed Index looking like a 57. That's perfect. That's what we needed. Perfect. That is what we needed. We need this to happen. It sucks to see it for an entire month, but we need it for an entire month. We need to have just a neutral / greed, like in the yellow, right? Not having in this deep green or green at all. That's what we need. Literally need a reset in the market to have money come back in, right? People be confident about it. All right, trending coins. What the hell is Bounce Bit? Don't know what this is. It's up 52.1%. Damn, 51 cents. Soul Casino token. Don't know what that is either. 7.7% up on the day, and Toncoin is up 4.8% on the day. All right, top 10 coins by coin market cap over on CoinGecko. We got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, Solana, USDC, XRP, Lido Staked Ether, Toncoin, and Dogecoin in 10th place at a $20 billion market cap. We got Cardano. ADA is in 11th place. I still think this is a decent buy. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I saw some videos that were like really flooding Cardano, which is kind of, I don't know. The FUD was getting to me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but I think it's gonna I still think ADA has a really good chance to do well. I think it has a really good chance to do well. And again, it is down 80%, 85% from its all-time high at $3.09, right? So 2017 bull run, 2021 bull run, 2024, man, end of this year, I think we're gonna see a pop. And you know what, I don't know, easy 6x, I would say. That's just my opinion, but again, you guys, to each his own. To each his own. Let's see what else we got. What else? Render's been doing pretty decent. $11.20. Ooh, you know what else has been doing decent? Hold on, let's see. There, oh, it's right there. There it is. Octaspace. I was literally just gonna say Octaspace. I'm gonna search it. $2.10. It's up at the trending coins now, dude. $2.10. Hadouken to that. That's amazing. Is this all-time high? Oh shit, I gotta sell this right now. We gotta watch a video. I gotta send this stuff to guys. No, I'm just kidding. I think Octaspace is gonna do well. It's a deep in project storage, if I'm not mistaken. Crazy. I noticed it this morning on my tangent and I was like, wait a minute, holy hell. I'm like, this thing's pumping. It is pumping. So guys, listen, yeah, go check your bags. If you guys got Octaspace, might be a good time. I was solo mining this on the X4Q and the X16Q. Actually all my jazz miners, even the X41U. I was solo mining it for a while and I was nailing blocks for a good like month or a couple weeks anyways. And yeah, it worked out pretty well. So guys, yeah, it's up 30% today. I mean, take profits if you can, right? All right, moving on to the mining segment of things. Let's see what we're looking like over here. You guys know I like to timestamp this stuff. We got the KS5 Pro 21 terahash unit making $89.62 a day. We get the KS5 20 terahash unit making 85.36. We have the KS5L 12 terahash unit making 47.37. We get the BMKS Max, the IB Link 11 terahash unit making $40.43 a day. These are going down hard. These are dropping like flies. Oh my god. The Windminer K9 10.3 terahash unit making $39.75. I remember when this was like the KS3M range for a long while. Gold Shell AL box 360 gigahashes, 180 watts. I actually just got to test this unit out to my wallet from Gold Shell. They actually like remoted or just sent the unit to my wallet basically. So I got to do a little video on this and see what I actually yielded profit wise. But it's making $39.53 a day. Is this machine worth it at the price? For the wattage, I mean, kind of, but like at the same time, I don't think you're gonna make this much. I don't know. I don't think you're gonna make your money back. That's just my opinion. Not trying to be a dink, but that's just the truth. Dan R, what did he say? We saw you had been nailing. I'm confused what you're saying, Game of Smokey Dan. I apologize. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. We saw you had been nailing block. The studio looks great. Nailing block. What does that mean? Talking about building stuff? What are you saying? I appreciate you, Game of Smokey Dan. Thanks for telling me the studio looks great. All right, the guys are a KS3 8 terahash unit over here making $29 a day. Damn, that's terrible. KS3M 6 terahash unit making $19.61. We got the Alpha Packs DG1 11 gigahash unit making $15.72 a day. Is this? I feel like that's expensive too. I don't know how true this price is. That seems pretty expensive. We got the Antminer L7. You guys know I got mine down at Terra Hosting. Shout out to them. 10 cents kilowatt hour, or actually I think it's 9.5 if I'm not mistaken at this point, making $11.86 a day. This price varies the price of Dogecoin and Litecoin obviously, but it's working pretty good. Let's see, C60. I think you'll earn your money back with the AL box. However, it's going to take 2 times longer than expected. Yeah, so it's probably going to take about 1.5 years, you're saying? Yeah, you know what? I'm with you on that fully electric, or maybe like a little over a year. Yeah, because it says 7 months right now, right? But again, that's at 10 cents kilowatt hour. But I mean, nonetheless, even if you have a higher electric rate, it's not going to matter because this unit's so low in wattage. You know what I mean? Let's see, the KS2, where are you? I serve a KS2, $6.38 a day. Bruh. That's terrible. KS1 1 terahash unit making $3.19, man. I wish it was 30. That's terrible. Terrible. Let me scroll down a bit. Ice over KS0 making 69 cents a day. Hadouken to that. But it's still an oof. Still an oof. We got the Ice River KS0 100 gigahash unit making 31 cents a day. Again, this is all off the 10 cents kilowatt hour. I want to see where my S19K is. There it is. Oh my god, it's still down here. Bitmain S19K 120 terahash unit, 2760 for wattage, negative 63 cents a day. Bruh. How much longer can we do it, people? How much longer can we do it? Who knows? All right, let's get over to GPUs. See what the most profitable coin is on GPUs. Ironfish and Pyron still top of the charts. We got Pyron for the 4080 Super. Everything else, Ironfish and Pyron, pretty much. Let's see, Chlor 6800 XT. That's kind of weird. That's strange to me. It's so strange to me, these compile algorithms. Let's see, we have 7900 XT, Bitcoin Gold, Chlor, and Xano. We have the Radeon 7 mining Chlor. How's Chlor doing? Let's see. Don't forget Octaspace. It's up today, 30%. Big profits. Oh, Chlor's at 19 cents again. Damn. Oh, snap. All right, so wait, hold on. Just 24 hours? Last 7 days. Oh, it's having a little bit of a pull. Sorry, it had a little bit of a pullback the past week, and it's having a little bit of a price appreciation right now. A little bit of a jump. People buying in. Let's see, a month. Oh man, this thing took a real dump a month ago, huh? Damn, if you guys are playing this train, you guys could be making money. Interesting. Very neat. Anyways, is anybody mining Chlor? Let me know. You know, the only thing that sucks is it's one of those, you have to have a core wallet, right? For Chlor. I think that's the only reason I haven't mined it at all. If it was on Tangent, I totally would have just mined it, whatever. Let's see. That's like every high risk coin down 50%. Yeah, you know what? Touche to that. Absolutely. I mine for the price in a year or 5 years, not today's price. Yeah, you know what, Jim C, that's a good point too. You always got to look towards the future, not really for the right now. Mining is not a immediate return. It's a long-term play, right? That's pretty much how it goes. Nexa on the 3090 Ti along with Chlor and Xano. How's Nexa doing? Is anybody into Nexa? Let me know. 2.5% down on the day. Still 0.5 of a penny. I don't know, man. Nexa, I don't know. I think like if you look at the max chart, I don't know. It's like fighting for a heartbeat. That's my opinion. I don't know. Nexa is not one of the coins that I mean, I have some of it. I think I have 100 million somewhere in a core wallet. I have to find it, but yeah, I don't know. It's not for me, to be honest. All right, new coins. There is no new coins. Quest chain. Oh wait, what's this one? Techie chain. I don't remember seeing this one. It's 27 days old. Was it just added to miningpoolstats.stream? It's Ghost Rider coin. So CPU algorithm. Interesting. I don't know. Is anybody mining this? Let me know. Needs to do some grass. What does that mean? What does that mean, Danny? Dan R. What does that mean? What does that mean? All right, event calendar. 8 days. Pyron is going through a 5th inning. 17 to 14 block reward. Keva coin 8 hours ago was just reduced half by half. Went through halving. 520 to 250. We have the Ethereum Classic going through a 5th inning in 17 days. 2.56 block reward to a 2.048. Bitcoin Cash is within a month, and then obviously everything. There's a whole list of coins that come up sooner than later. We have Flux going through one as well. Man, that's gonna be a crazy halving. 37.5 to 18.75. That seems crazy. That's gonna be, I wonder what that's gonna do for the coin. What do you guys think? That's gonna be weird. Anyways, if you guys are interested in Tangem, go check it out. CCXD4, 10% off. It's one of my favorite wallets. All right, I use it every single day. Anyways, let's get into this. This is Swan Bitcoin. Will Bitcoin surpass 100K this year? I don't know who this guy is, but we're gonna hear him talk, because I haven't watched any YouTube the past weekend. Right, it was Mother's Day, doing yard work, adulting, pretty much has been my life. So let's catch up on some videos and see what they got to say over here. Guys, that like button, appreciate you for hanging out. Let's do it.
I do believe that Bitcoin is going to crest the six-figure mark. It's going to be over $100,000 at some point later this year. That's my belief.
Adulting is getting old. Yes.
What's your view on Bitcoin? Just looking at the macro picture now, like maybe in the next year or so, it seems like we're in this holding period. We're kind of range bound, jumping around like 65, basically a little under 60, 65. We're just kind of chopping for months now, it seems like. So what's your view on Bitcoin in terms of the price? And then I would love to hear your just thoughts in general about the ecosystem, given your position at the Bitcoin Opportunity Fund, kind of what you're seeing is exciting, what's being built that excites you and things like that.
Before I have to cut him off a bunch of times, Crypto Craig said they, as in Flux, better be getting the proof of useful work out the door quick. I have not heard anything about it recently, which is concerning. That's a good point, actually. That's a really good point. And then Zarkov asked, will the Flux having changed the node rewards? I don't think so. I don't know, though. That's a good question. I don't know. I will try to find that out, though.
Well, like I said, the Bitcoin has had this has been a very positive development with the ETFs being approved, the spot Bitcoin ETFs being approved, and for institutional investors to begin to buy this thing without having all the operational issues that they had prior to this. Really important development. There was not a flood of capital I expected more capital to come in quicker. But the reality is that these institutions they're taking a long time to get their heads around this and to understand it and to get the regulations internally around it. They're going.
That's the SEC catalyst. That's scaring people away, right? Like the SEC scaring the shit out of people. Let's be real, right? That's why a lot of the money hasn't come in yet. But again, they want to see data. They want to see data with these ETFs. These big guys aren't just gonna like throw their money in like us crypto enthusiasts are. You know what I mean?
Going through their period right now, that 90 to 100-day period, they're just tripping that mark where they're getting comfort with it. That quiet period is kind of over. They see that the custody is working, whether through Fidelity or through Coinbase. That BlackRock and the other issuers of these ETFs are maintaining strong correlation to the underlying. It's very little slippage there, and so those have been really positive developments. A lot of capital has come into the space in these ETFs, and so that's really important. Going forward, Bitcoin, we must recognize, like we said before early on the show, is that Bitcoin is still looked at and seen as a risk-on asset. It will continue like that until it doesn't, until there's enough capital in the space, and until there's really enough understanding in the space about it, and institutional investors really understanding what it is and why they should hold it in their portfolio in a separate allocation. That's paramount for this asset to grow beyond where it is now. It has to get out of that risk-on asset mindset. It will eventually, in my opinion. It's going to continue. It's going to take more capital and continued growth and understanding across all of these different types of investors. And so what I believe is that over the course of this year and next, we're going to see a lot of institutional investors get their head around this and start establishing 1%, 2%, 3% positions in Bitcoin using these ETFs. And some of them will, especially family offices and smaller and hedge funds, and perhaps smaller institutions, will get their own ability to buy Bitcoin without having to use the ETFs, which will just expand on that. And that will mean that they're getting great comfort in it and understanding around it, and getting comfortable with the risk of actually owning it themselves. So, but I think that that's going to continue. And so we're going to see this kind of trickle right now of institutions. We're going to turn that's going to turn into a kind of a stream and a flow, and then a steady flow. And just like a steady flow of a river of money that's coming into the space as these institutions get their head around it. Because like I said, they're going to take a 0.5% to 1% position. They'll stare at it on their sheets every single day until they decide whether they want to sell it completely or make it a full position of 2%, 3%, 4%. And that's
crazy. Real quick. So I guess Flux rewards are hit by the halving, right? Backatran and Metal Miner, sorry, said yes, the Flux halving will affect the node rewards. The block rewards divided to miners and nodes. Interesting. And he said that Metal Miner said that he did last time he saw his rewards drop. Neat. Yeah, I don't have any Flux nodes running, so I don't know actually.
And that's where kind of we're headed. And so if you think about it in those terms, just go back to first principles. That just means that more money is coming into the space, that Bitcoin's price should rise accordingly. And to whatever multiplier you want to put on it, we've all talked about multipliers, but whatever you want to put on it because of the liquidity that's there now, I do believe that Bitcoin is going to crest the six-figure mark. It's going to be over $100,000 at some point later this year. That's my belief.
What do you guys think? Is it going to hit 100K? Is it going to hit 100K this year or whatever, this bull run, right? Are we going to get over it? Let me know. And yeah, I agree. Kyle Rosa, he said it's over a year away. Who cares? Yeah, I agree.
Only caveat to that is if we do run into a hard downturn economically here, which I believe is a distinct possibility. It's a distinct possibility that we have some sort of event here where you have a washout of some sort of financial or perhaps an insurance or something institution that wipes out and takes down a number of institutions with it, or threatens to in an act of contagion. And in that case, I see us having a kind of a steep drop off and then a V recovery, because again, go back to the other first principle is the treasury market must stay liquid, and they will print to make sure it does. So if it does dip down from here and we have a sharp drawdown, I believe that would be a buying opportunity, because I do believe that the Fed and the Treasury will come back to the rescue and print more money, and they'll print more than they ever have before in multiples of it, because they have to keep this thing liquid. So that's the only caveat. That's the only question. And how long that takes, when that happens, anybody's guess. And I do believe there will be volatility in Bitcoin, but I believe that volatility will continue on the upside. And that's why I'm so excited about the opportunities ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it just reminded me of, I feel like people forget about Credit Suisse, being a globally systemically important bank, basically being on the brink of collapse. And then there's like a shotgun acquisition on a Sunday. It's like they'll do anything to kind of keep the system alive. And because that was like a potential contagion event, right? If something like that of that size went down, I mean, the contagion would have been really, really big.
Would have been catastrophic. Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll come in and save the day, I think. But you're right. It could be very volatile. And in a sell-off situation, I don't think Bitcoin will be like shooting to the moon while everything else is falling. I don't think that's realistic. But I do think they'll come in and try to save the system. And then the ETF, I think I agree completely, because you've seen like Fidelity, BlackRock, and I think the fellows over at Bitwise have all said the same thing, which is that the first wave of this buying was retail, primarily retail, which had me really bullish, because I'm like, the institutional wave that everyone talks about, it hasn't even really happened, according to these issuers themselves. And so I think you're right. I think it's just going to take time for them to see these things traded, do the due diligence on them, and then finally pull the trigger. And then, like you said, maybe increase to a real allocation later down the road. So I think we're just in the early innings of that. But the pipelines are there. They're there, ready to go. And if they want to make that decision, I think it's going to be really exciting for the next couple of years. As we know, like Bitcoin is a very unique value proposition. I think they're going to get their heads around it. But what about like the Bitcoin Opportunity Fund? Just real quick, like what kind of like building are you seeing that's exciting you outside the price action of Bitcoin itself? I know you and David Foley kind of work together on that fund and are always looking for opportunities. So anything interesting that you're seeing on the ground floor?
Yeah, I mean, we're investing in a bunch of different things that are super interesting. People think about Bitcoin, think about mining. Of course, we've got Bitcoin mining, but we also own companies that are into like Anchor Watch, that are into and they're creating the ability to have insurance around your Bitcoin holdings, and a really sophisticated hierarchy system for multi-sig protection on your Bitcoin holdings and your keys. And so that's one of the things that we're excited about. We just We just made investment in this company Epic, and they're developing some great technology around chipsets and mining. We're super excited about that. There's as we go and we see more and more financial companies that are looking to solve problems that arise from people holding Bitcoin and wanting to do things around it. Those are interesting things to us. And so we're seeing a ton of opportunity in the space. And I think that this opportunity is only going to grow as this ecosystem grows with the value of Bitcoin. So we remain extremely optimistic and excited about the space.
All right. Oh, damn. Didn't mean to do that. Shout out to Swan Bitcoin for that. All right, let's move on. Altcoin Daily and Gareth. This guy is a freaking bear, but he's a trader, right? Gareth Soloway. Latest Bitcoin price prediction. I want to see what he's got to say. I haven't had a chance to watch this, so hopefully it's a good one, and hopefully he's not too harsh on us. Let's get into it, guys. Hit that like button if you enjoy this. Oh, real quick, this Caspa pool, I loaded it fine. Mark in the chat was asking me to open this up. I don't know what if it's not like coming up for you or something, but it works for me, unless you're talking about the 19 petahash or 20 petahash hash rate. Let me know in the chat.
Gareth, when do you see Bitcoin surpassing all-time highs again? And how high could we go this cycle? Today, I interview expert trader Gareth Soloway.
Is he an expert though? He was calling for like 10K Bitcoin, like when we're in like 30s.
And that's such an interesting question, because
To get his outlook for the stock market and the Bitcoin price in 2024. Do you generally see traditional markets rallying up until the presidential election? Gareth also shares his worst case scenario for Bitcoin.
you do have
Exactly. Nobody in crypto is an expert. 1000% agree. Nobody. Like any YouTuber, any trader, like, listen, all right. There's a lot of traders that are good at what they do and they could see a lot of things coming, but that doesn't mean, like, I don't know. Then you're not an expert. This is my opinion. No one's an expert. Caspa pool is being attacked yesterday. Was it really? Man, yeah. Well, yesterday I wasn't paying attention to nothing. It was Mother's Day, so yeah.
the one scenario that is kind of my black swan event for Bitcoin.
How low could Bitcoin go?
Well, if we break below this 56,000 line here,
And watch today's whole interview as I ask Gareth the big question. Is 12K on the table this cycle? Hit the like button if you...
Fuck it. Really? Did he really ask that question? If this guy says yes, I'm just going to quit.
appreciate these conversations. And let's start, Gareth, with your outlook for traditional markets today.
That's awesome.
So what we've seen lately, and this is really kind of even crossing over into the Federal Reserve because of what it's kind of getting into. But basically, we had this dip, which was about an 8% dip on, I think it was on the NASDAQ, about a 5 and change percent dip on the S&P 500. And all of a sudden, we started to get weaker economic data. Now, the common thought process would be, oh my goodness, the economy's going south, less jobs, more problems for the economy. The markets would go down. But instead, the markets love to rejoice over this right now because interest rates come down and the odds of a Fed rate cut and multiple cuts go up. And so the market is so addicted at this point to printing money and cheap money that it literally will go up and people will buy stocks and drive the markets higher when things get bad. Now, there will be a pivot point, let's be fair. At a certain point when things get so bad, the markets are going to freak out because they'll think the Federal Reserve is not on point. They're behind the 8 ball, if you will, or lagging. And at that point, the stock market will drop. But right now, we've had a very nice move back. S&P is basically within 1% of its all-time highs.
Do you generally see traditional markets rallying up until the presidential election and then it reevaluate from there? Or what's your year-long take?
And that's such an interesting question because, if we continue to rally in traditional markets, it's going to keep inflation high. There's the idea that there's a wealth effect. When everyone looks at their 401k, everyone feels richer. They say, oh, I can go out to this fancy restaurant. I can buy this new TV. I can buy this. And the more demand for goods then obviously drives prices of goods higher based on supply and demand. So it is tricky because I think Biden has this kind of messy scenario where he doesn't want the stock market to crash, but at the same time, if it goes higher, then inflation is higher, and then people aren't going to like that either. either. So in a weird way, I'm kind of in this camp where we could see sideways markets and maybe a little downside, but I don't expect before the election so much downside that it would jeopardize his chances of re-election. But certainly, I mean, the inflation side of things has been ugly, and just the fact that it's starting to move up again is kind of scary, frankly.
And if/when the Fed does cut rates, what does that mean for Bitcoin?
So ultimately, cheaper money is good for Bitcoin, right? I mean, it's going to drive it up most likely. I think you do have the one scenario that is kind of my black swan event for Bitcoin, which is that if the stock market really came down sharply, like let's say we dropped 20-25% in the markets, then I do think that fear would kind of permeate the crypto industry and we'd see it come down. And let's keep in mind that, and I'll share my screen here and we'll take a look. We should also remember that, a lot of people say, oh, they're not correlated, right? But if we look at the S&P, and this is the S&P topped and made its high over here in basically March. And if we go to Bitcoin's chart, Bitcoin also made its highs in March. So Bitcoin's been kind of going sideways to lower in that period of time. And we've also seen the stock market kind of off of its all-time highs pulling back. So that would be the one case where I would say, oh my goodness, we could head back to 50K, maybe even lower. But taking that out, let's just say the stock market doesn't drop significantly, maybe only 5 to 10% off of its highs, then I think you have to rely on this chart of Bitcoin where basically we have this channel. This is what we would refer to as a bullish channel because it's coming off of a steep move up. Essentially what's happening here is price is digesting the recent gains. And this is very normal for Bitcoin. And as long as it stays within this lower line of the channel, you would consider this to be bullish and an eventual breakout scenario. So as a technician, remember, I don't want to be, I'm not all bullish all the time or all bearish all the time. It's more like, okay, we're in this channel right now, so I remain neutral to positive on my bias. If we break below it, then I have to reevaluate. And if we break above it, then it's game on, markets, Bitcoin surging to new all-time highs.
Gareth, I want to delve into that a little deeper because I remember around the Bitcoin halving, multiple weeks ago, you were saying you think Bitcoin kind of topped out at around $73,000, and Twitter ragged on you for it. But you were right retrospectively because you were betting on markets rather than an asset.
Right.
What is your
Wait, sorry, what was you right on? I missed that.
Around $73,000, and Twitter ragged on you for it.
Oh,
but you were right retrospectively because you were betting on markets rather than an asset. What is why did you call the top back then, and what's your outlook now?
Yeah, so a couple things. So based on chart action is that there's an elasticity to a market, right? And this could be Bitcoin, this could be a stock, this could be a commodity. It's that at a certain point when there's too much upside, there becomes too many people on the bullish side, and just naturally markets tend to, when you have, let's say you have 10 people in a market and all 10 of them go long Bitcoin in that market, there's no one left to buy. And so you start to run out of buyers. Now, we could talk about the spot ETFs, but that was really an earlier factor that was driving it up going into the halving. And now you've kind of gotten to a point where it's more of a mixed bag. And I think people also have to realize that the spot ETFs, yes, they're net positive, but you still get people that buy Bitcoin through the spot ETFs that will sell into rallies as well. And so you have those factors kind of coming together with the chart just being overextended. And I also was looking at other factors like other chart indicators as well that just told me that it was time for this to start to pull back just a little bit. And what we see is around major events, like if you remember the spot ETF, we had a pop to like 49,000 and then it corrected about 20%. And so it makes a lot of sense right around the halving, we would have a top, and then kind of this void is created where investors are like, okay, well, that was a lot of hype to the halving, but it's over. Where's my next catalyst? And people always want that catalyst, especially in cryptocurrency. And we just don't have it at this point. There's nothing new. In fact, we've been seeing more potential negative regulation, people talking some negative stuff. And I think that just puts people on edge as well, especially more of the stock market crowd, right? The stock market crowd is more older school investors. They want an asset that has clear sailing going forward, not something that's still being quarreled over in the government, unfortunately, even though I'm a huge longer term fan. So I think that was a lot of it to do with what was going on the charts. And now we're just in this consolidation phase, which is actually net bullish right now.
Bitcoin seems to be clear to this cycle regulatory wise. Generally speaking, it's Ethereum Foundation and Uniswap and all those others. Are you saying the traditional market just kind of lumps them all together?
Yeah, I mean, and that until the traditional markets and Bitcoiners and crypto people just have to give people that are not into the markets of crypto a little slack. They just don't understand the nuances quite as much. I mean, if you go ask some, 70-year-old, could you explain the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum? My guess is they're not going to be able to do it. So just people have to just give them a little slack. It'll come over time and that'll be fine. But right now, absolutely, it's the crypto markets are lumped together as a whole, even though specific crypto people know the difference.
Gareth, when do you see Bitcoin surpassing all-time highs again? And how high could we go this cycle?
So I actually think like if the stock market doesn't correct significantly, like let's say we just have these low ball corrections of 5 to 10%, then I think later this year you'll make a new all-time high. And I actually think if we do take out the $74,000 high, we actually could be looking at a target of around 100,000. And I'll share my screen in terms of how I come to that conclusion. And so what I want to do here is on the Bitcoin chart, we're going to remove all our lines. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our 2017 peak. And this is just a simple trend line, what I'm going to put in here. But if we take that high and we connect it to the bull market high, so what we're doing here is we're connecting bull market high to bull market high. And then if we drag it down and drag that line out, what we can see is amazingly that line happens to coexist right around that $100,000 level. So in general, if we do break out above 74,000, I think it honestly climbs relatively quickly within a few months to about the 105,000 level before kind of stalling out for its next pullback.
Is it that easy?
Oh, that's a really easy explanation, actually, not gonna lie.
Is like the basic trend line, is it that easy?
Well, that's the big question, right? Oftentimes it's not quite that easy where it'll try to fool people. It'll go briefly above 74, then it'll come back down. But in many times you can look at these levels. And again, just to kind of show you guys something really cool, let's go to the S&P. Well, let's go to the NASDAQ 100, right? So if we take a look at the NASDAQ 100 and we go back to
share your screen, if you would.
Oh, I apologize. Yes, thank you. So if we go to the NASDAQ 100, which is the top.
Jeez, Austin's getting pushy.
Top 100 stocks in the NASDAQ. And if we go back to the .com high and we take that high and we connect it to the high of 2021, which was also the Bitcoin high, and we extend that line out, if we look at where we got this latest correction in the NASDAQ, it was right at that level as well. So again, there's no magic sauce in technical analysis. All we can do is try to look at things and like, where would it make sense for resistance to be?
All right, at least he admits that there's no magic sauce. It's literally just, throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. But I mean, it gives you a good idea, I guess.
So in that way, it would be kind of following the same trend of using these other charts and finding these levels where they've pulled back in the past.
And do you see the surpassing all-time highs in this summer, or is it closer to the fall and then cycle top beginning of next year, generally speaking?
Wow, that's definitely putting me on the spot here on this one. So I'm going to put it to you this way. And again, this is how, as a technician, I have to put it. Let me share my screen again and just go over this. So one of the things that I'm really following on this chart is this channel. And I had it on the line before, but what we do is we just connect these highs. We drag a perfectly parallel line down. And so suffice it to say this is that because we're stuck in this range, until we break out of the range one way or the other, this is a range-bound Bitcoin market. It is what it is. It's kind of boring, frankly. But if we break above the 60, looks like right over here around 69,000 level, that's when I think within literally 2 to 4 weeks of breaking 69, that will be we'll take out the highs. So I can't tell you obviously if it's going to, will we do that in the next, couple months in the summer, or is it going to be later this year? But suffice it to say, when this line breaks, the shorts will have to cover. And so you get a lot of short covering, which will be forced buying. And then the bulls will just go nuts over that breakout, in my opinion, especially smart money like the institutional money will be watching this level. But just keep in mind, on the reverse side, as a technician, I have to look at probabilities both ways. What are the risks? Well, if we break below this 56,000 line here, then pretty much within, could be a couple weeks to a month as well, we're probably down to 52,000 and maybe even touching the spot ETF approval high of around 49,000. So again,
do you think that's impossible? What do you guys think? I don't think that's actually out of the realm of possibilities. 49 is really not that low. But
The best thing I could say is just watch the channel, and whichever way it breaks, that's the way price will go in the near term, and pretty quickly too.
Is
Damn.
12K on the table this cycle?
No, I mean, I'd be shocked. Once we broke above 30, that 12K was dead, to be honest. I think
all right, I got more respect for this guy now. I thought he was gonna be like, yeah, we're going down.
if we were to see, let's say we get a really bad, like Great Recession, a la 2008, 2009, I do think that the panic, if we saw, let's say 40%, 50% sell off in the stock market, could bring us back to 30. But 30 now is like a massive line in the sand. That was where I was really watching back a ways, where if once we got above that, it's like, all right, bear market over, bull market starts. So that 30K now becomes a master major level.
Gareth, I love your perspective. I want to have you back in 2-3 months, revisit some of these charts. But final thoughts for the Altcoin Daily Army.
Oh, man. So Altcoin Daily Army, first of all, you guys rock. You follow some of the greatest minds here with these two gentlemen. And I would just say that, just be ready for the unexpected with the elections coming up. There's a lot of geopolitical stuff. The economy's beginning to turn. So again, don't be shaken out. There could be some deep down moves, but stick with your long-term thesis. As long as your long-term thesis is what it is and it doesn't fail, then Bitcoin on dips should be a buying opportunity.
Nerd Beast, since we're throwing numbers, 5K BTC soon. That'd be awful. All right, let's jump over to Lark Davis quick. 5 cheap cryptos that can realistically 100x. I don't know about this one. We're gonna watch it though. We're gonna see. Let's see what kind of shit we're getting sold today. I'm gonna be honest. I like Lark though. I like his style videos. He doesn't really shill stuff. I mean, I don't know. I get it. This is what it is. Let's do it.
Are you looking for that next 100x crypto altcoin? Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but relying on top coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're not going to give you that kind of life-changing money, at least not anytime soon. Not saying,
I mean, he usually says too if he was paid to talk about stuff. So
they're bad investments. They definitely are going to make money, but they're just not going to give you that like insane life-changing gains this cycle. Instead, you need to look for lesser known coins.
Maybe we just skip through and we click on the actual. All right. You know what? Let's just jump right. Skip the bullshit. Jump right to the actual coin.
Okay. First coin, AI token Masa. Before we continue, let me ask you a question.
Masa, what the
Why
hell's that?
do we do Bitcoin?
Masa.
I know we're all here for the money, right? But aside from that, monetary freedom, all the rest of the kind of stuff, we are here because of really, we're just sick and tired of the financial system that's controlled by a select few. And AI is a game-changing technology that will change how we do everything. But the problem is that it's controlled by just a few big companies.
Hold on. When did he put this video out? It was a day ago. So he put it out a day ago. And it dumped. Let's see. 7 days. Let's just look real quick. CoinMarketCap. Over here. Hold on. Let's go to the 7-day. There, the market cap. Where is it? Man, I don't know how to read this site. I don't know why. Max supply, fully diluted market cap, 176 million, 176 million. And 100x. Yeah, that's all right. Let's just see what he's gonna say.
You have OpenAI, you have Amazon, you have Meta, you have Microsoft, all the big daddies who are all about censorship, by the way. Many of them, not X, but they're all trying to jockey for pole position. That's scary for a variety of reasons. Someday we'll be living in smart homes, riding in autonomous vehicles driven by the computer. It's going to be great. Soon we will have AI that will assist us with everything. In-home robots will be wild. But you can find it a bit unsettling that a big corporation is going to be in control of all that they can mess up your life with the push of a button. And this is where a decentralized AI data and LLM network like Masa actually comes into play. So in a nutshell, it is a decentralized AI data and LLM network. With Masa, users are compensated for their data contribution into the network. This data, in turn, can then be used by developers to train and to fine-tune AI models. To protect user data, users control what they want to share, and can revoke access anytime they want. The network also uses zero knowledge proof technology to ensure your privacy. And Massa also uses decentralized nodes, which makes it, of course, resistant to censorship once again, which I think is really important for AI technology more broadly. As for tokenomics, its utility token Massa has a 1.58 billion supply and a $17 million market cap right now. So definitely a very low cap. 100x, of course, could be possible if we just need to reach a $2 billion market cap, which is not out of the realm of possibility. Now, next, two of the top crypto narratives are AI and DePIN. We've discussed this a couple of times before, and in case you want to watch those videos, I'll leave the links down below in the description. Both are wildly hot narratives. Now, going back, EMC or Edge Matrix Computing is a multi-narrative coin. Their website calls EMC the lead.
I feel like you didn't even finish talking about the first one. Edge Matrix. Let's look into this one.
Multi-chain AI DePIN powering AI dApps with decentralized edge computing infrastructure, which means that they use a decentralized network of devices to power their AI applications.
All right, so this one over on CoinMarketCap, let's see. Oh, jeez. All right, so we have a fully diluted market cap of 803 million, and last 7 days, I guess it's went up a little bit, 80 cents. Lowest was 69. That's 7 days, right? All. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what it's about, I guess.
That's a mouthful, but the idea is pretty simple. Participants can contribute their excess computing power into the network, and then they get EMC tokens as a reward for it. This is pretty much the same concept behind like Render and one of the biggest AI projects out there this cycle, so maybe worth paying attention to competitors in this area. However, there is one big difference, and that, of course, Render's market cap now exceeds 3.5 billion, while EMC has only about a $35 million market cap at the time of recording. Now, if EMC gets near Render's market cap, that would be a 100x from the current price. Doesn't even need to do that much to have great gains, better than Bitcoin, of course, probably better than Render itself if it takes off. Now, let's talk about blockchain gaming. Blockchain gaming is set to grow by $614 billion by 2030. And one way to get exposure to this is looking at some of the gaming tokens. Right, gaming big narrative. It's going to continue to be a big narrative. Now, Krita is a new Web3 gaming platform and a next chain blockchain for gaming, AI, smart cities, all kinds of exciting stuff they're doing, right? They not only have high-end games and metaverses, but they also allow players to be the owner and the creator of their content. Now, in the last cycle, popular game tokens like AXS, Axie Infinity, peaked at a $10 billion market cap, putting in like wild returns. Gala Games, $5 billion market cap.
There's just too many gaming platforms, to be honest, in my opinion. This one just dies. Huge run up to 21 cents. It's now at a penny. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Let's see. Fully diluted 167 million. Guess we'll continue.
Wild returns from going from very, very, very low caps to wildly big caps, showing that gaming coins can reach multi-billion-dollar market caps. In comparison, Krita, being a newcomer, has less than a $10 million market cap currently, and it does not need to beat AXS or Gala to get that 100x. Will it get there? Well, their ambitions are super big, and who really knows at the end of the day, but it does have some big names backing it up. Its partners include Republic, which is the largest US-based Web3 investment consulting, marketing, and launchpad platform, as well as Swiss Borg, the largest Web3 investment marketing platform in Europe, Polygon, top Ethereum layer 2. They also have huge game creators coming out of Japan building with them. Big, ambitious metaverse. So lots of stuff going on there. Definitely one to pay attention to. Now, before we go on to the next coin, I want to take a real quick moment to let you know.
Nope. Not gonna do that. All right, let's see what this one.
Let's take a look at some promising meme coins. First one's Foxy. Foxy is the mascot of the Linea blockchain.
Meme coins. Again, meme coins. Let's see.
Which is a promising Ethereum layer 2. It's backed by these $725 million from Consensus, which is the company behind the popular crypto wallet MetaMask, which has 40 million users, by the way. I know the SEC is trying to pick a fight with Consensus right now because God forbid that they offer people a wallet to use. But we all know that Gary from the SEC is on a
This
loose.
is literally put out a month ago. This Foxy, whatever the hell this is. Let's go to, yeah, it's the all chart. I don't know. $130 million fully diluted market cap. Interesting. 10 billion. Yeah, I don't know. Stay away from meme coins, in my opinion.
Losing streak right now. I'm probably going to lose horrendously in this situation too. So aside from Consensus, Foxy's also partnered up with OKX, with Bybit. Now, all these big names do not guarantee 100x. Meme coins are wildly speculative, but certainly can't hurt, can it? The token has a max supply of 10 billion and now has about a $42 million market cap. So possibly something worth watching out for, an early meme coin major beta play on the Linea network. The last one is Basenji. This is a meme coin on Base. Basenji is an ancient dog breed known for their intelligent, their hunting prowess on the walls of ancient Egypt, right? They were the dogs of the pharaohs. Pretty cool. I like it. But why Basenji? Well, for one, it's built on top of Base, layer 2 from Coinbase. It literally has Base in the name, so that's got definitely something going for it. Now, just imagine when Coinbase customers start being...
Wait, what the hell? He already moved on to a new coin? I didn't even realize it. Basenji? What the dude? Come on.
Onboarded into Base. I imagine many of them will try to speculate on meme coins. Dogs are popular. Benji is the good boy of the meme coin space.
All right, I'm done listening to this shit. Please don't. Yeah, moving on. All right, 9 crypto coins you need. 1 billion Bitcoin price prediction. I don't know what is happening here, but let's listen to this. Altcoin Daily. Again, I didn't watch any videos, so I'm catching up. This is the last one we're going to watch. Let's do it.
Massive altcoin news today. Smash the like button. Before we get to altcoins, we need to talk about Bitcoin. We need to talk about the crypto markets in the larger macro scope. Donald Trump is now being declared the Bitcoin president, the crypto president, by major financial entities like Standard Chartered, by the mainstream media like Yahoo Finance.
You know, Max Voltage just dropped everything he was carrying to start typing in my chat.
We reported this to you the other day. Donald Trump being now synonymous with a pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin policy comes after Donald Trump made great remarks on Bitcoin, promising to protect the crypto industry in the U.S.
Yeah, with the goggles on.
A lot of the smartest people in crypto are moving their businesses out of the U.S. because they're scared of the U.S.'s regulations.
Because of the hostility.
Correct.
Yeah, crypto is moving out of the U.S. because of hostility toward crypto.
Correct. So what are you going to do to stop it?
Well, we'll stop it because I don't want that. I don't want that. I want that. If we're going to embrace it, we have to let them be here.
Yes, sir.
You know, we did it when NFTs were not hot. Yeah. And we made NFTs hot again.
Looking at Donald Trump's promises versus Biden's actions, Joe Biden has almost the exact opposite views on crypto as Donald Trump. For instance, the House just started a formal process to basically kill the SEC's controversial accounting policy on the crypto industry. This Gary Gensler crypto policy would be bad for crypto. The House would be right to try and kill it. But President Joe Biden says he'll
That was like a perfect picture. That was the perfect picture.
kill or veto the proposed resolution if it reaches his desk for approval. And with nobody standing in their way, the SEC continues to put intense pressure on crypto businesses in the US. Recently, the SEC has rejected Coinbase's request for appeal, saying that having made the weather, Coinbase cannot complain that it is now raining. Look, Joe Biden is receiving his crypto marching orders from the wrong people. Joe Biden would be much smarter to adopt crypto, be pro-Bitcoin. And he might lose a lot of votes because of it. Even Mark Cuban coming out and saying, if Joe Biden loses, there's a good chance you will be able to thank Gary Gensler and the SEC. Because crypto is a mainstay with younger and independent voters. Gensler has not protected a single investor against fraud. Gary Gensler
A Duke into Mark Cuban
is trying to destroy the crypto industry. The crypto industry wants a way to register and comply. It wants a way to keep the speculative noise out, and yet it can't. This is the legacy of Gary Gensler. He has made it impossible for good companies to do the right thing. And Joe Biden aligning himself with Gary Gensler and the current SEC, not very smart when so many people are pro-crypto. So Joe Biden and Donald Trump, the two
Perfectly
presidential
said.
frontrunners, planted their flags on very different sides of the crypto debate this week. Joe Biden makes it clear that he would side with Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler by continuing to support the SEC's regulation by enforcement. Donald Trump says that he would stop the hostility towards crypto in the US and make sure to start accepting campaign donations in crypto. We are living in interesting times. Bitcoin has never been an issue in a US presidential election. Like, things could start getting really massive for Bitcoin and the crypto industry, depending on how the next 1-2 years plays out. Now, no matter what happens, Bitcoin keeps on ticking, crypto keeps on building. Michael Saylor applauding Bitcoin's 1 billion transaction milestone, continuing to put his money where his mouth is, topping up his Bitcoin wallets throughout March and April.
I've famously said I'm going to be buying the top forever. Bitcoin is the exit strategy. It is the strongest asset. So what we see right now is the Bitcoin has just emerged as a $1 trillion asset class. And it's alongside names like Apple and Google and Microsoft. But the difference between Bitcoin and the Magnificent Seven is Bitcoin's an asset class. It's not a company. There's not enough room in the capital structure of those companies to hold $10 trillion or $100 trillion worth of capital. So Bitcoin's competing against gold, which is 10x what it is right now. It's competing against the S&P index. It's competing against real estate, a $100 trillion plus asset class, as a store of value. So we believe capital is going to keep flowing from those asset classes into Bitcoin because Bitcoin is technically superior to those asset classes. And that being the case, there's just no reason to sell the winner to buy the losers.
Jack Dorsey's company, The Block, parent company of Square's Cash App, they're flipping 10% of their profits into Bitcoin every month. Jack Dorsey's saying, I think Bitcoin will be worth at least $1 million by 2030.
What do you find appealing about Bitcoin, about digital currency? Where do you see it going in the next 10, 20 years?
I think the most beautiful thing about it is there's no one person setting the direction, and there's no one person on the other side that can stop it. We have something that is pretty organic in nature and very principled in its original design. You know, I think the Bitcoin white paper is one of the most seminal works of computer science in the last 20, 30 years. It's poetry. And the underlying principles behind it that went into it, even to the point of releasing it under a pseudonym. I think that's a very, very powerful statement. The timing of when it was released is powerful. It was a total activist move, moving the world forward in a way that I think is extremely noble and honorable and enables everyone to be part of the story.
Let's get into some massive altcoin news. This is information you need to know about. Eternity is transitioning into an Ethereum L2 for entertainment brands. They've got a lot in the pipeline: real-world asset collectible apps, Web3 FPS game, and a lending protocol sitting at a $100 million market cap. Other L2s at $2 billion. So basically, Eternity Chain, once known for NFTs,
Is anybody into this?
is redefining itself, the future of entertainment with AI, the Eternity Chain L2 launching soon. Speaking of Ethereum L2s, Polygon news, I thought this was significant. 1 million plus daily active addresses for 45 consecutive days straight, by far the highest number in Polygon's history. Probably nothing. And then getting more into AI, if you're bullish on AI coins or coins that do token burns, you know, with better supply.
What is the AI narrative?
Demand dynamics, AIT protocol continues to do stuff like this, continuing our dedication to regular token burns to significantly reduce the supply. We have successfully burned 128 million AIT tokens. Additionally, a buyback burn of approximately 3 million AIT tokens worth almost 900,000 has been completed. Moreover, excessive liquidity tokens have also been burned. This marks the completion of over 55% of the total AIT supply being burnt. Here's to many more in the near future. And then in addition to this, AIT as an actual protocol, what it does in AI, I think it's interesting. I'm an investor. Same with LimeWire. I mean, the question is, why aren't more
Chilling that for sure.
asset managers like Franklin Templeton are writing reports how they're bullish on Solana. They think it could be a top crypto like Bitcoin and Ethereum. They think Solana has a lot of room to grow. And then more than that, I love stuff like this. Solana's got a real grassroots community. I'm getting the boys together to pump Solana. You in?
Solana, 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 Solana. Possible on Solana. What? Oh, it's
Another reason why I'm bullish on
what in the hell?
Chainlink is because their strategy is unique and I think powerful. They're targeting the financial institutions where the money is. Traditional markets have hundreds of trillions of dollars. Personally, I think that all the value will eventually be reformatted into the blockchain format, and Chainlink wants to be the ones who do it, be right next to that money coming into crypto.
Once you do enough market penetration in all over the world in consumer markets, and the retail hedge funds and the prop traders kind of get the industry to $10 trillion, what's next? Like, where does the other $490 trillion that this industry is going to secure come from? Well, turns out it comes from the place where it is, which is the traditional financial system, right? And so the challenge is, how do you convert and transfer all of the value in the traditional financial system into the blockchain format of value? What are the things that need to happen? And eventually we'll be in a world where the way a DeFi protocol is successful is by allowing all the users in various large asset managers and banks to use that DeFi protocol.
Phantom Foundation launching a $6.5 million prize pool to incentivize safer meme coins. Phantom really putting their money into the meme coin market on their chain. Avalanche recently partnered
These meme coins, they need, I don't know. This shit just needs to stop.
With payment firm Stripe, enabling verified Stripe users to purchase AVAX crypto and transfer to their wallet. Stripe, significant. This is good for Avalanche. A
Yeah,
lot
safe and meme coin. It's like a oxymoron.
is going on in crypto, my friends.
All right, shout out to Altcoin Daily for that. All right, anyways, I'm done watching stuff. That's it. It's over. Let's get into the recap. See what we're looking like. 62,944 Bitcoin. Pretty good. Almost 63,000. We got Ethereum at $2,977. Not too bad. Solana $146. Caspa still down under 12 cents. Oof there for sure. LTC at 81 bucks. We have ADA at 44 cents. XRP at 50 cents. Looking pretty good. Meme coins, I guess, are coming back. Pepe looks like it's up today. Shiba's up today. Nice. Need Shiba to keep going. Want to dump that. I have 100 million. Time to dump. That's it. Render looking really good, actually. $11.30. I mean, yeah. Wow. I don't know. I thought I read that wrong for a second. $11.30. Looking pretty good. ETC at 26 bucks. Again, Octaspace, guys. If you don't have Octaspace, that is pumping today. It was up 30%. It's up now 25.8. Looking pretty good. Hit an all-time high, I believe. About 20 hours ago, it hit an all-time high. Damn, it went up to $2.19. Frick, man. Hadouken into that. That's crazy. Wow. Look at that. Nice. Well, I'm glad I got some. Octaspace is apparently it's a deep in project. I guess it's storage, some sort of storage. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let's see. Fuck, I'm convinced you didn't mail those out. It's either that or you literally chose snail mail, because I still haven't gotten mine. It's disappointing. Just saying. All right, let's see what else you guys are into. Let's see. Or what else is pumping today. This Soul Casino token, whatever this is, I have absolutely no idea. Let's go to it quick. Max chart has been out since the beginning of May, so it's still pretty new. Let's see. All-time high. What was it at? Let's just look. All-time high about 3 cents. It's down 50% or so, 47.3% in about 2 months. Don't know why this is pumping. Don't know what this coin's about. You guys let me know if you know about it. 10 billion max supply. Right now, total supply is at 7 billion. Circulating is at 3 billion. Weird. I never understood this total supply, max supply. Oh, you know what? What did they burn tokens? They probably burned tokens. That's right. That's probably what happened. Interesting. Fully diluted is at 115 million. We get the market cap right now at 52. Interesting. I don't know. Weird. Let's see what else. Bounce bit, whatever this is. Let's see what this one is. Oh god. All right, so this one just came out. No wonder it's trending. New coin. Fire sale. or explosion. Everyone buys it right before, and then it launches, and see ya. Everyone dumps it. So that's why you see the, there you go, up and down real quick. Who knows where that'll go? Probably nowhere. Anyways, guys, love you all. It is Monday. I gotta get back to daddy duty. These kids, as you can see, they were already crashing my stream. So hopefully you guys have a great, happy, and safe Monday. We're gonna go raid Miss Randy Hipper. Let's let me set this up. Actually, give me 1 second. She's going live at 9:45, so about 20 minutes or so she'll be live. So if you guys can not stay, please go over there, at least hit the like button, subscribe to her channel, and I appreciate you guys for hanging out. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the daily grind. Till then, peace out. Have a good day.
Perfect.
You are a loser. You always lose. Eat shit, Gary.
So is that a joint? Perfect.
Eat shit, Gary.